Hello, folks. How is everybody? Right, cool. We're live. Hello, Joseph, if you're still here. Hello, super user again, if you're still here. Luca, hello. What's this? A notification from last week, I think. Yeah. Hello, Kev. Hello, Sam, and hello, Stein. How you doing? How's everybody? Let me throw it on editor so I can see what I'm doing. Sweet, yeah. Yeah, how's everybody? How's everybody been? Hello Luca, how you doing? Nice haircut. Why, thank you. Had it done yesterday. You're good. Is your caps lock key broken? Nice fluff. Yeah, that's going tomorrow. All good. Awesome, nice one. Pretty good. Just watching the news because I love watching Ms. May squirm. Nice, fair play. PGR Tech, hello. How you doing? Glad to have you back. What did OMG stop waving your hands? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you and talk about this interesting product. Hello. Why do I get the feeling that the camera isn't lower so we don't can't see his hands? Oh, no, that's just because sometimes I sit here, so I need to frame for that, but then when I sit back, I'm a lot lower. Or when I'm like leaning on the desk like this. Jazz Hands GB, yeah, that's me. Tomas, hello. Hope for anti-Nvidia and Intel rant. Oh dear. Well, potentially actually. How's the 9900K then? I can't tell you until tomorrow. In fact, actually, while I'm here, because I forgot to do this, I actually don't know when the NDA time is. No one's told me what time the NDA is. So I need to find out. Right. Let's rant together, guys. Well, as I said, I can't tell you. Wait, is it now? No, we're good. I think I'm pretty sure that it's something like 7 or 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, UK time, but it's now. Yeah, NDA is now, so you can just tell us. Just saw other reviews go up, huh? Oh, you sneaky little liars. I didn't know YouTube broke the other day. People were acting like the world was ending or something. They need to get life. It is annoying when sites go down. And it's kind of a reminder that it's a reminder that you can't really rely on one platform. Like, I can't just rely on YouTube, hence why I technically am also streaming on Twitch, and also I do have my own website, and while I don't host my own videos, I do have copies of them all. Whereas I know a lot of people just like upload them and then delete like everything. So yeah, YouTube is his life, damn it. I don't know, rumors of hacking, but no one knows. We'll find out eventually. Howling Wolf, hello. How you doing? Awesome. Glad to have you. Feel free to ask any tech-related questions you have. That's what we're here for. And to chat, really. Yeah, so I can't talk about the 9900K until tomorrow. But I can talk about the 2070, which is a interesting card. But yeah, so it's the 2070 is interesting because it's essentially a 1080, but for an extra $100, I think, give or take. So yeah, it's something. Oh, the RTX review, the RTX NDA is up. yeah, that sounds about right. I didn't get one. Although the NDA was up for the 2070 day or two ago, but yeah, I totally selling my 1080 to get one. Yeah, no, I haven't watched it. But the title is "Buy This Instead." Well, that's interesting. I think the "Buy This Instead" thing is buy the 1080 that's in his other hand that they've like masked out. But yeah. Also, hello F7. Hello Wapted. If I didn't say hello, hello-ish. If I also didn't say hello. And hello Save Rage. How are you all doing? Oh, and Emil as well. Got a question for B350 ROG Strix F. Gaming versus Crosshair 6 Hero. Is the extra price worth it for the overclocking, the 2700X, and get the Strix for $100? Let me double check that board because I can't remember. B350, but it's the Strix F. The F ones aren't normally too bad. I think it. Oh, look what I just found. Why is my stupid Stream Deck not working? Look what we found. Do you notice anybody? Look at you pinning your own videos. Nice job. Well, F7 using stock footage. How's the board? Is it worth it, and is it worth it for a 2700X? Yes, but that's a different account. I have many accounts. Are you gonna buy Vector? Is that the Anki thing? Because they offered me to review it by doing a sponsored video, and I told them to sort it. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Save Rage. Cons of undervolting Vega. Potential instability, but if you do it right, none. You get save a bit of temperature, save a bit of power, so nothing really. Ow. My rear wisdom tooth, the gum's coming off of it, and it's been hurting for like a week. Good old board, lot of fancy features. Took my 1700 well, including OC. Cool. Yeah, I mean, my expectation would be it's probably going to be fine. Make sure you have good airflow for it, but yeah, should be good. I don't. It depends what the, if you can get that for $100, how much can you get the Crosshair 6 for? When did YouTube get rid of custom URL? It technically didn't, but yeah. I'm not convinced. Anyway, I'm sad to say I won't be here for the next stream. Next week I'm on holiday. No worries, man. I'm glad that you're sticking around anyway as much as you can, and enjoy holiday. It's a good B350, but they're better without the strict sacks. Yeah, although I think for $100 that's probably pretty good. Oh, and the question I was answering was Luca's, which is the custom URLs. I still have one. If you go to youtube.com/TechteamGB, that'll take you to me. You don't have to put like /c or /user or anything like that. You just go /TechteamGB, but I think that's probably because I'm OG enough that that's still a thing. Going to Greece, everything's gonna be really cheap. Good luck. Hey, how do you like the design of the new RTX cards from Zotac? I like their old design better. I'm okay with it. I have the 1080 Ti Mini, which I really like. The new one's fine. does a good job of cooling it. The 2080 Ti runs a little bit loud but cool, so that's that. I quite like the subtleness of it. The lack of RGB literally everywhere is quite nice for me. Yeah, design wise, it's all up to you. If you don't like them, then cool, fair play. MSI has the most beautiful RTX cards. Fair play. From the ones that I've seen, they're quite nice. I don't really know that I've seen enough of them or that I care that much. Yeah. Fancy case you got there in the back, Andy. Oh yeah, the Enthoo Evolve. That's just the standard Evolve. That's not the X. That's the one that's been there for like a year and a half. Hello, Steve. How you doing? Emil, Corsair 6 Hero is about $200. And on case wise, you're looking at some minimalistic ones. Fair play. I've not heard. I know of FSP, but I know them as a power supply brand. So interesting that they're going to cases. Yeah. It's up to you case wise. Whatever works for you and has fairly decent reviews, go for it. Motherboard wise, probably worth saving $100. I'm good, man. I'm just waving my arms around. Nice. So you opted, enjoy dinner. Does it have the 2080 in it? In which case, I seriously think that one is mine. Give it back. No, that's the 1080 Ti Mini. The P35 is nice if you like tempered glass. Awesome. Kev coming in with the info, the knowledge. Good old Greek economy. Indeed. Yeah. What was it? Oh yeah, the 2070. Yeah, if you're thinking about buying a 2070, go buy a 1080 right now, because it'll be better performance or similar performance. Review on my channel, shameless plug. Well, he pays me money, so he's allowed that. The Strix 1080 Ti, no worries, I'll accept it. No, it's a Zotac 1080 Ti Mini, like I just said. In fact, it's the one that came from that box. What else did I get? Oh yeah. If you'll permit me to leave the room for a second, I will be back with some interesting goodies to show off. So 2 seconds. As you can tell, I went to the Linus School of Carrying Tech, so... Right. First off, a 2080 from Gigabyte. Ow. Cut my finger. That's the Extreme. It's it's a bit of a thick card, and has a lot of I/O actually. See. There you go. A lot. I do quite like the backplate though. It's quite a nice design. That's a big RGB element thing, and then side is a big RGB Aorus logo. Yeah, it's bit much. The I/O, by the way, if I attempt to get it close enough to see, if you can see the lines that are running around like the sort of hourglass shape, that is to point out that you can either use those two or those two, or like one or the other. So this doesn't have 6 or 7 display outputs. It still has the usual, I think 4 maximum, but you can either use, so you've got to use these two, but then you can either use this one or this one, and then that's the virtual link connector. And yeah, airflow wise, it's pretty unrestricted, and motherboard vent side, it's very unrestricted. Fans are actually shroudless, or like kind of thingy-less, and they've got their sort of dual height design. So if you can see, but this fan sits full size, and then this fan has half a blade there to match the airflow of this one, and then has a bit of the blade under it, which also helps. So that's that. gimme. It's only the 2080, it's not the Ti, sadly. Hello Ryan, have you given up on Siege? Do you know what? I'm gonna allow that one. Why not? But yeah. Only the 2080. Chris is letting the dogs out. Ah, sounds about right. Speaking of only the 2080, there we go. I have another one. So yeah, that's I have the other one. I actually still have the 1080 Ti upstairs, and all of you who are watching will get to know that I'm doing a comparison between that one, and the Zotac ones, and Zotac took the 2080 back, but because the 2080 Ti is identical, the one that's going to be on the desk next to me when I'm talking about them is going to be the Ti. But yeah, so that'll be fun. I'll swap you the 960 you wanted. We now return to what do I do with all these boxes? You have no idea. I mean, there's a reason that pile exists. It's because the bit that's over there is full. I've got a 960 SSC if you want me to. Awesome. Do I feel a Patreon giveaway between me and Kev? You wish. Nogel.exe, nice. The pledge level did speak of certain regular giveaways, didn't it? Shameless begging. Maybe, but not hardware. Starman, is Dell's new 49-inch curved monitor any good? I have no idea actually. What resolution is it, Starman? Also, hello. I bought the Asus Cerberus 1070 Ti and love it. Nice one. Asus products cost $30 extra because they have Asus written on it. Yeah, I mean, so do EVGA these days. How much money is on that desk? The 2080s are selling for £700-ish, right? Or is it more than that? Is it 800? Can someone check how much the Gigabyte Extreme 2080 and the Strix 2080 are going for, like selling for? 512 by 512 by 1440. 5120 by 1440. That's an impressive resolution. It's kind of stupid, but it's impressive. I still have a 980 Ti Hall of Fame, which is running just fine. Fair play. Ryan saying 69999. That's the 1080. Liam saying 1100 on Amazon for the non-Ti. He gives away his stream time for me to advertise my series of MSI videos coming soon. That's right. You can go subscribe to Kev. He makes cool tech videos. As I said, he is actually an awesome patron as well. So yeah, you can go check him out. You can click his name in the chat and go to his channel. If you are new here and you don't already subscribe to him. But he makes cool tech videos about lots of different stuff, including some MSI ones that are coming out. Stein, who's your shout out going to? Shameless plug is shameless. Oh, I know. They don't have the exact card on Amazon. The Gigabyte one. Okay, fair play. The region where Asus products are expensive, MSI is comparatively less, and where the region where Asus are cheap, MSI products are expensive. Interesting. Wow, fair play. Liam, do you still make videos? I can't remember. The Asus one is £1,000. What? That's gone up. Jesus. Well, so that means that we're looking at about £1,000, and if you assume about £1,000, so that's £2,000. And then in pittance comparison, we have this, which isn't under NDA, maybe, I hope. No, the boards, I can show you the board, I just can't talk about performance. So this is like 150, no, somewhere between 150 and £200, I can't remember. But it's quite nice. It's got the IO shield built in, and an active fan as well, because apparently if you're using a 9900K, apparently, allegedly, they draw a lot of power. Allegedly. Um, 9900K, definitely not a 95 watt TDP. Dan, Andrew's Tetris game is on point today. It is. Stacks of boxes, what could go wrong? Actually, while I'm stacking things, let's have a look at the last one, which is this, the RG Ryu 240. This is the one where that bit, that's the display. So you can put, obviously it will come with the RG logo on it and stuff, but you know, you can put whatever logo you fancy. I think it's fairly low resolution. It's only a couple hundred pixels, but yeah. If you can. No. Without it actually on plugged in, you can't really make anything out, so I shall leave that for another day. But if I'm gonna stack boxes, I may as well do it properly. Now it just looks like an advertisement. I'll leave the tricks one up, but there we go. And I'll put a gigabyte card in front of it so that we all know it's not an advertisement. Oh, you can't even see it by the chat box. Nice. Andy, is this a sponsored video? No, surprisingly. For once. Door Crafter, why is the camera quality so bad? Lighting. Who are you trying to be, Mr. PC Centric? I was just talking to him, actually. No, you need a screen on your CPU cooler. Yeah, we do. ClickTech, I'll sponsor it for a tenner. Andrew likes Tempting Fate, and so I can buy Andrew for about 2K then. Rent. Thank you, Ish. Thank you for that correction. I would never buy a liquor cooler because you have to change it after a few years, I guess. So I've only ever had one AIO die on me, and the pump just straight up died, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, that was the Neptune 120XL that I replaced pretty recently. It's not a big problem, and if you're someone who is willing, if you're someone who's looking to build a relatively high-end system, you generally end up replacing some of the parts at some point, so it's not that bad. The other thing is that thank you, Kev. He's dropping some dough for sponsoring the stream. Well, as I said, go check him out. He's the one dropping dollar bills. What was I saying? Oh yeah. See, I've only ever had one die. That was about 4 or 5 years old. And generally, as far as I'm aware, they tend to last about that long. So yeah. Well, yes, in theory, a tower heatsink will last forever. In theory, at that sort of like 5 year point, you're probably gonna want to do stuff like change the thermal paste anyway. So, meh. But yeah, up to you guys. Hello, Ginger Gaming. Nice to meet you at the event, gaming event held by Peabody. It's Glenn. Awesome. Hello, how you doing, Glenn? Glad to see you're still kicking at it. Making it rain. You've had Hardline for a month or so. Nice. You got Silicon. What are you doing with Silicon? How come your Strix card box looks really small? I don't know. It's just kind of the standard size. I mean, if you look at the Aorus card, that's about, you know, what you'd expect. The Aorus box is actually stupid big. I've got it upstairs because I was filming B-roll with this card today or yesterday. Yeah. And Stein is making it rain. I'm gonna wait for the notification to pop up. Don't forget F7 shout out. Well, we already kind of gave him a shout out by, you know, showing his video on stream, but just for you, because apparently you like throwing money in my face, then sure thing. Please don't make it rain ever again. Oh, but I thought that was classy. No. Yeah, go check out F7, because he is a great patron. He also makes cool tech videos. And Stein throws money in my face a lot. But yeah, no, genuinely speaking, go check out Kev and go check out F7 as well. They're ClickTech UK and F7, and you can click on their names. But yeah. It was about 5 years ago. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Starman, why don't PC cases have tubular framework for the coolant and use that to cool the system rather than using a separate radiator, or am I being naive and stupid? So thank you F7, you nut. Terrible. I'm gonna answer that question real quick, so let's go with that, which is don't worry about being naive and stupid. It's all good. The reason that is not practical is mostly due to density. So with a radiator, in fact, I might I don't have a separated radiator, but so right, here we go. Demonstration time. This is the cooler that died, by the way. It's the Neptune 120 XL. It's the thick version. Wow, Jesus Christ, you guys are throwing money in my face. Thank you, Luca. That is awesome. You know, some nights we go with like no super chats, and in like the last 5 minutes we've had what, 28 pounds. It's like oh dear. Right, so so for the benefit of Starman and anyone else, if you look at the fin density here, right, so what you've got is an end tank up the top which has the tubing in and out, and then you have that weld in the middle basically gives you an idea of where the fluid gets split from. So all of these straight lines that come down, those are the channels that the fluid flows through. So what you have is, let's say that this tube here is the inlet, right? So it's coming from the pump up and into the radiator. So it then gets split out into that section and that half, and then gets forced through the... You guys are nuts. Thank you, Stein. So it gets forced down those pipes, and then the heat gets transferred into the very thin but very dense fin array, which the air then blows through. It goes up this side and back out so that it gets extra cooled, and then back to the CPU to cool some more fluid. So the reason... so apparently people are feeling quite Jesus Christ! Thank you all very much. So we've got F7 bumping it up another 2, and Luca bumping it up another 5. So I should bear in mind that 35% of that money goes to YouTube. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, so what I was saying was, the reason that you can't use a case as a radiator without a radiator built into it, wow, okay, if Ish is still here, I'm gonna let him moderate that one. But yeah, so it's basically a density problem. So if you're using thick piping, right, even if you're using standard hard line tubing, then the thickness of that is a fair amount of fluid that you're going to be, you know, you're going to be flowing around your actual frame, but the frame itself can't really exhale that much heat, or whatever the word is. Exothermic reaction to the metal, close as I can remember. So apparently it doesn't like euros, or at very least it doesn't like Stein on like a low end, but dissipate, thank you. I was getting lost in the myriad. Oh, there we go. There's Stein's. This looks a lot like a paper minute tech, but damn. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I should clarify to anyone who is new to this stream that we maybe get 1 or 2 super chats in a week. There has been what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 super chats, all in like what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Thank you, Subuser, and thank you, F7 again. Oh. Thank you, Steve, for topping it up some more. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Kev's dropping another 5 bomb. Wait, so it didn't. Oh, Christ. I don't even have any left talk to give left. I'm just watching the notifications come in. Oh, Jesus. Well, thank you to Steve, to Stein, to Kev, to F7, to Super User, to Luca, I didn't miss, no, there we go. Jesus Christ. Alright, so that'll pay for the mod project. Oh, you guys are nuts. Thanks, guys. That is crazy. Oh wow. Well, I missed out on going on buying you an orange juice at EGX due to having the plague. So here you go, sponsored by ClickTech. Nice. Steve saying feel left out. Don't get used to it, lol. We're all living on beans this week now. I thought Christmas only came once a year, said Bond. I would donate through PayPal if it wasn't holding my money from me. That's annoying. Was that from a eBay transaction or what? Already on the beans. If it makes you feel any better, I basically haven't eaten this week and I've lost like 5 or 10% of my body weight, so there's that. Which is why I'm drinking like squash juice. Sold on i7 920 on eBay. Right, fair play. My kids' presents are history now. Big Mac. I'm gonna go a bit early today, seeing people making people. Jesus Christ. Seeing people throw around money makes me depressed. Well, no worries, man. I hope you're feeling better soon. I'm getting fat from all the beef monster munches. Fair play. Lost 5 pounds, gained 40. Winning. I sold both my iPhones, so feeling flush. Fair play. Oh, you were saying about your the OnePlus 6 versus apologies, Emil. Yeah, you were saying about your OnePlus 6 crushes iPhone XS video, which is kind of surprising, but also not surprising considering my experience with OnePlus. This is the 3T. I'm still rocking it and still loving it. Ooh, yeah. What was your question, Emil? I'm gonna have to scroll back through the thing. Oh, did I see that? That was about now I'm able to question every one of my thought processes. What about the MSI X-Power Gaming Titanium X370? Heard some pretty bad things about it. So I have one. In fact, I might have one like just over there. But my experiences personally were fine. I ran an 1800X and it was like there was no problems with it. The only problem Stein topping it up with another 2 years. Thanks, man. You know, you should probably try and save some money to buy the Strix when it finally comes out. So yeah. But yeah, so the titanium board, personally I had no problems with it. It depends how hard you want to try and overclock. I think the problem was that the VRMs weren't great, so yeah. But yeah, if you're going with 2700X, then the B350 board should be just fine. Yeah, if you really want to go higher end, then the Crosshair board is the one that I'm running. I would mention with the Crosshair board, with the Crosshair 6 Hero, that my experience so far has been that the support for memory and overclocks has been a little bit lackluster compared to a lot of the other boards that I've looked at. That may just be because I'm using 4 sticks of non-specifically Ryzen related or like Ryzen QVL'd RAM. It's just a Kingston HyperX Fury or Savage RAM DDR4. I think it's a 3000 MHz kit, but I'm running it at 2800 because of just compatibility. But yeah, so that's that really. I think you should be fine on the B350. Yeah, that makes sense. The the guys are talking about Xeons and the X5690, and Jura's talking about how he has hardline cooling and an HX 1050, so he doesn't care about TDP. I bet it's not 95 watt TDP anymore. Fair play. I'm gonna do the VRM pad mod on the Strix Vega 64. Fair play. I'd say that's trying to increase cooling efficiency for them. Do you either crush or leave them? Depends. I've been quite sick, so Generally not as much because I'd rather like eat the most enjoyable bit, but yeah. Kev said, "See you later, Angry Batman 2016 bracket sponsored by TechteamGB but yeah, see you, Sam. Multiple sponsor stream. I know, right? I can't. I can't even compute that madness. Yes. Still, thank you, everybody. That's, as I said, that's nuts. Still gonna get a 2500k. Just have to have one once in my life. Fair play to you. I think you're probably gonna have a bit of difficulty getting one, but if you can, then fair play. I got 2700 subs today. Happy, as in you hit that total, or you got that many today? Because if you got that many today, that is incredibly impressive. Kev, please tell me that you've copied and pasted the sponsored by ClickTech bit so that you can just paste that in every message you send, as opposed to, like, you know, hit it. Right, okay. Because I was going to say, like, I think in a day I get like 10 or 20 subscribers. No, it must be more than that. I may. No, that's probably right, actually. Because I get 500 a month, give or take. Kev, you're gonna get banned for spamming in a minute, and not by me. I got 300 in a week last month. That is awesome, though. Yeah, you tend to have a pretty big spike on like big videos that do really well. That definitely helps out with those sorts of those numbers. It's getting chilly in this beard garden, sponsored by ClickTech UK. One video took off. Yeah, you kind of see that. The biggest thing is if you can get a video to take off and then get the people who watch that video to watch another one of yours. If you can get that, then you get the sort of explosive growth. Whereas if you get people coming, like, so I'm really good at search optimization for my videos, so they tend to do really well after a long time. But they people don't often then watch another one of mine because I've optimized them effectively so that if people are searching for one review, then they'll go to that, you know, they can find my video and they might enjoy it, but that doesn't mean that they care much for anything else. So yeah. Hey, in the review, please talk about the Aorus's card build quality. I saw J2 ripping out a piece of the Aorus 1080 Ti Extreme Edition. It's felt pretty fine to me. Yep, it's solid AF. Yeah, the shroud is obviously, as you expect with all of them, plastic, but yeah, it's pretty decent. It's certainly a thick card. It's very much triple slot. I think you'd be close on if you put another card, you know, kind of just under it, you'd be a little bit close on that, but generally it's only a backplate that you'd have on that side anyway, so that's fine. So yeah, build quality is fine. I'm #1 for NVIDIA root videos. Nice one. Hello Joseph. What do you think about running 9th gen Intel chips on Z370 instead of Z390? So that will work with a BIOS update, and you may find that none of the boards that you can buy today will be updated for Z390, right? So and none of the board, I doubt that many of the Z370 boards will be flashed from factory, or if they are, then they'll be manufacturer distributor updated. But anyway, point with those is that it is certainly possible. The only thing to mention is the Z370 was over there versus Z390 that's in there. So now we have a multi sponsor stream with Stein coming in with another 20 euros because he's just balling like that apparently, and making it rain quite specifically in the chat and on the screen. In fact, oh, the thing's broken. Awesome. I'll leave that there. But yeah, so anyway, invest. You better do something cool with this money. Invest it. Okay, fine. But yeah, so point is, to answer your question, like say the 9900K will work on Z370 as well as Z390 with a BIOS update, but the problem with that is that the older boards may not necessarily be designed to handle the power draw that the 9900K may require, because I'm under NDA. So yeah, that's just keep that in mind. As long as you're not, like, if you're going for 9700K or whatever, then it's not going to be a problem, or it shouldn't be anyway. 9900K, you may run into issues. So some love and some hatred heading F7's way. Again, thank you, F7. I hope that you get to expense this like you do your beers, I assume. But yeah, so yeah, it's plausible. Anyway, there was a few questions. So does undervolting the Vega cards reduce the GPU's TDP? So just to mention, the TDP doesn't equate to actual power draw. TDP is actually defined by different people as different things. So it's with AMD, it's effectively just the lowest amount of cooling potential you need, not the power draw. The power draw is generally always more. Wow, Stein is throwing it in too. How much have you super chatted this evening, Stein? It's got to be like 40 or 50 euros. You're nuts. 43. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you, man. I've I can only assume it's for the meme. And F7 does get to expense this, so that's great. But yeah, undervolting it does reduce its power draw and therefore reduces its TDP. Yes. Matthew, is there a laptop that is portable and light but is also decent gaming ability? Acer Nitro 5. That's the one that I'll be taking with me on my trip this weekend. So yeah. It's I would probably go with the Intel one, Intel Nvidia over the Ryzen one if you have the money, because you get a little bit better performance. But at the same time, the Ryzen one I think has potentially a better CPU. And while the GPU isn't as good, it's still it still handles games perfectly fine. Yeah, it's all good. I do genuinely recommend it. And while Acer did sponsor a video with me and gave me the laptop to keep, it's like separated from that as best as I can. It's genuinely a really good laptop, decent build quality. It's quite light. Battery is okay. It's a laptop. It's a gaming laptop, so it's not the best in the world, but it's fine. Yeah, it plays games fine, keeps fairly cool, fairly quiet. So yeah, recommended. I looked at a review, but it was not getting 60 FPS in a few games. Yeah, so it depends what settings you're looking at. But yeah, if you're doing 1080p medium settings, you should be at 60 FPS with no problem. Hello, Mikey. How you doing? Matthew, so the Ryzen one on Amazon was 650 pounds. That is. I think I still have pretty sure that there's a link in the description of the review. What I'll do is I'll post up the link to the review, since there was a couple of people who mentioned it, and then you can go to the description of that video if you want to go straight to a Amazon link for that. There's the review for you guys. Oh, start it while I'm here. Ba -ba -da -ba. That is the Amazon link. What's it selling for these days? Oh, currently unavailable. Great. So the non-SSD version is selling for 700. The i5 version is selling for 800, and the i7 is 900. So really, it's a shame that the one that I was trying to recommend to you is currently unavailable. It should be back in at some point, because it's pretty like, it's a fairly new laptop. I mean, they literally just sponsored a video with me for it, and Brian from Beginners Tech. The one that I recommend personally, like my personal experience, it would probably be the Ryzen one, but the Intel one will still be fine as well. So yeah, the PC World one. In fact, you can all mess with my statistics for me. That's a link to the PC World link for the Ryzen one. Recommend it. Can you mix the CPU and GPU? No, laptops tend to be pretty stuck in their ways for what you can get. So you either get AMD Ryzen 2500U and an RX 560X, or an Intel i5 or i7 with a 1050 or 1050 Ti. Can't remember which one's which, but yeah, you can't mix and match. You got to either go with Intel and NVIDIA, like Intel i5 or whatever. Is the Ryzen a socket? I did take it apart, but I didn't take the heatsink off. But with the sizing of it, I'm thinking that it's a soldered. PC Specialist is pretty flexible config wise. Yeah, they're one of the only people that actually let you customize in any fashion. They generally just use Clevo laptops though. So, but yeah. Actually, what's interesting is that for laptops, PC Specialists are a tad expensive. Although actually, my current experience has been that they're actually not too bad compared to stuff like MSI and Asus. But what's really interesting is their desktop side. The review that went out yesterday for the or was it Monday? No, it was yesterday. And the review that went out for the RTX 2080 Ti and Ryzen 2700X system. That system is £200 or £300 cheaper than if you went and bought all the parts on your own. And I think that was even if you didn't include Windows, the cost of a Windows license as well. So yeah, I can buy direct from Acer and get 7% cash back. Oh yes, nice one. Excuse me, Mr. Andy, but Doorcrafter was asking if there might be any game from switching from a Xeon X65 5650 at 4.2 GHz to a Ryzen 5. Specifically, Ryzen might be faster at any tasks. So I don't know benchmarking wise. In fact, how many cores is the 5650? Let me have a quick look. I mean, I literally just searched the CPU, and there's comparisons with overclock versions of the 5650 versus the Ryzen 5 1600. But come on, Intel. So that one is a 6-core. So if you've got that at 4.2, probably not that big of a difference. you may see differences in like performance wise for from like pulling from RAM because it's DDR3 versus DDR4, and you'll see efficiency differences and but clock speed wise, if you're at 4.2, then there's not much of a difference. But the fact that you'd have to change your not only the CPU itself, but then also the RAM and the motherboard and your CPU cooler, actually, all of that makes me say that unless you go for a Ryzen 7, I don't think that it's going to be worth it for you to switch to that. No. And thank you, Ish, for pointing that out. Did you sort the battery in the Better House phone? Yes, I did. Here is the old one. The black bit here was the NFC tag. I used a hairdryer to heat it up, but that's just a adhesive, really. It's technically a little bit of shielding, but she doesn't really use it that much, so it's there if she ever needs to use it, and it does still work. It's probably just not quite as reliable, but yeah, switched it out and battery life is like doubled, so that's awesome. I think the battery was like £15, so yeah. Even my 960 holds well enough to wait for a cheap 1070. Fair play. Yeah, that's why I'm stuck for an upgrade. It's all or nothing for me to upgrade. Yeah, pretty much. There's really not much that you can upgrade to from your platform that you can reuse anything, or really besides just getting a higher end Xeon. Is the with the 59, would that still fit in it? Oh, that's not even. Okay, so yeah, you really can't, besides overclocking it, you really can't move up from there. I think the i5 is more powerful than my desktop. It's plausible depending on what your desktop is. Wait for Samsung, it's overclocked to death. Yeah, that kind of sounds it. My motherboard supports 2400 MHz DDR3. That's impressive, especially for X58 Xeon. Ever thought of doing a podcast with multiple people? Potentially. It just kind of depends on who, what, and where. It would kind of be cool to do a like tech YouTubers podcast, and have different tech YouTubers on each week to have a chat or something like that. That would be kind of cool. Probably want to record it in advance, so like record it on like a weekend or something, and then go from there. But yeah, maybe we can chat about that in the Moneyman chat in Discord. Oh no. Oh, Wapted, you should scroll up in the chat because Stein, Kev, Super User, F7, Luca, Steve, and did I miss anybody? We're going nuts with super chats, like making it rain. Oh, Emil as well. Yeah, just absolutely nuts. You can have one of your favorite YouTubers from here on. Get ready, F7, sponsored by ClickTech. No, I mean, it'd be cool to have a couple of people on at a time, if that was a thing that's going to happen. Yeah. Do you know a way to keep my chair still for driving games? I mean, it depends what flooring you're on and stuff. But I suppose if you go to a carpet wholesaler or whatever, they normally have a load of carpet scraps, like cut-offs or like free samples, that are normally sort of like that size kind of thing, that you can just take, and if you take a couple of them, then you can put them under your chair, and while it will raise you up slightly, it's significantly more drag for your chair to move through. So that could help. Locking casters could also help. It does... Sponsored by Wapted. It does kind of depends on the surface you're on, because if if you're on like a glistening wood floor, then locking casters, just the moment of inertia you're putting on them versus the friction that they have, is not great. But the swivel too, yeah. I mean, you can sort of you can sort of push yourself back at the start and then adjust your pedals to where you need to be, or deliberately set your chair up a bit further and then push yourself back. But personally, I don't have my pedals in a position where I'm pushing myself away from them, so it's not something that I have a problem with. I just want to see how Scottish you and F7 both get if you share a video. Be like watching Train Spotting. Well, I'm not quite sure, you know. Sponsored by F7. Sponsored by Stavo or Stein. How can I say your username? Because obviously I can say Stein, but you know, when I say Stein, people don't know who that is. I guess I suppose you can reference the thing. I dragged my gaming chair out to the garden. Still game, lol. I know, right? Did I miss any questions, by the way? If I have missed them, can you repost them so that I can well, answer them for you? Stein. Well, I know that that's. Yeah, I'll just call you Stein. About it. Do a stream with the people from the Moneymen Discord. That could be interesting. We'll see how we go. I want to share Suffolk Spondoolies. Fly here in your private jet. He wishes. Oh wow, I missed the Twitch chat. I had my web browser open over. MacTX and Ish are talking about a lot of things, apparently. Mostly Apple, apparently. Also, to answer your question, what's the big deal with the 2500K? I'm not too sure. To the person that said they want a 2500K, why do you want a 2500K? Me and my mate are destined to be a real life Jack and Victor on Rotor. Nice. Just go and B&Q, it's cheaper. It's the best CPU ever made. Okay, fair play. Was that quad core, four cores, 4 threads, and 3-ish gigahertz? Is that right? I know that a lot of people still have the what do we call it? The 26 and 2700Ks. So the Q6600. I know a lot of people like that one too. It hits 5.1 on air. That's impressive. That is impressive. I suppose it probably depends on what motherboard, and it's probably power hungry as hell, but still impressive. Still impressive. Legendary status, a bit like Cindy Crawford, but you know, bit old, but you know, still mount on an 1155 motherboard. Stein, if my username is too confusing, I can always return to my alter ego Banter BE, but where are all the other banters? I know, they're missing. They've been missing for a few weeks. Don't know where he's gone. I'd quite like to play with an Epic. But this is under NDA as well, so I can't talk about it much, but I'm getting some more Threadrippers. Wow, okay. Don't look at the chat, kids. Looks like we're going to get high clock speed soon. That'd be quite cool. It would be quite cool to see that on Ryzen. That'd be definitely interesting. We all know. Really? Damn. Did we even leave? No. Stein would quite like his RTX 2080 Ti that he's already bought and paid for but hasn't left the factory yet. That is understandable. I'll rent it off you. He loves his more defined shadows. Oh yes. God damn it, F7. Someone mentioned roundabouts in the chat. Oh, not again. Right. Before we disappear, does anyone have any last minute tech questions that they like to ask and get answered? Oh dear. Dear me. Who is Cindy Crawford? Oh, who is Cindy Crawford? One typo away from something interesting. Forgot this was a tech stream. Who said tech? This is just a bait to get all you to give me your money. I can't. I still can't believe that. As said to everybody already, thank you. You're all fantastic. And an F7 dropping his company card. Do you get to put that under like entertainment costs? And if so, what else can you expense under that? Under that umbrella? Andy is a camp girl exposed. Typical Scotsman coming on here, conning us out of dollars. My nearest roundabout is 4.5 miles away. Mine's about 100 meters, mate. Oh dear. What are we like? Minus 50 meters. Nice. I mean, Andy needs money for some tinnies and a bottle of Bucky. If you exclude the stairs. My nearest roundabout still have to leave the factory. It's what I get for living in a place that's basically a few houses in a field. Aye, fair play. At least you got land around you though. Magical need potion. Bucks fizz. Or Bucks fast. What are you fancy? Ah, dear. What games did you benchmark? What games do you benchmark with these days, Andy? Sponsored by TechteamGB. So the ones that you see in videos, so GTA 5, as well as Dirt Rally still, because that's nice and easy and generally quite repeatable. And then PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and PUBG, along with 3D Mark Firestrike and Unison Heaven for graphics cards, and then for CPUs also Asus Realbench, Cinebench, and that's normally it. You're not a true Scot until you've drank it and lost 3 days. Kino Moore, hi, is the Magnus EN1070K a good mini gaming PC? Yes, yeah, it is. The Zotac mini PCs are actually really quite impressive, for their size, for their performance that you get out of them. So yeah, really, I love the I love the EN1060, and the 1070 isn't bad either. Better performance. 3D Mark is lit, best thing I bought on Steam. Fair play. I have a press key. Not that they've updated it, because I can't run any of the newer tests. I need to keep pestering them. Never ascended with Sir Clive. Big Clive, eh? 286 hours in 3D Mark and counting. Nice. Right, last minute tech questions. Last call. We got anything? Wow, that's cool. I also press keys. God damn it. Ah, fair play. Fair play, Luca. Not a bad score. I can't remember what my my 2080 Ti scores are. Sinclair C5s. I always wanted one, and then I couldn't find any. They were fiberglass, so they broke really easily. You're getting Crossfire next week. Fair play. A bit of a risky decision for compatibility, but fair play. Why does my Asus motherboard not recognize any keyboard until Windows boots? Are you talking about like recognizing the keyboard like the light shop, or recognizing it in like the BIOS? Thinking video will release a cut down RTX 2080 as the 1060 since it's 106 GPU. So my understanding is that there's completely different SKU for the like 2060 and below that won't have tensor cores or ray tracing cores. That's my understanding. It would be very stupid of them to do that, but that is my understanding, so I guess we can kind of see. But yeah, if they don't go with that, then yes, that would be my expectation. In the BIOS, that's strange. That's never a problem that I've had with any motherboard, including Asus. I mean, I've had it with I've had that as a problem, but mostly because actually it kind of depends on what port you have. If you've got it in a USB 2 port, it almost always works first time. But if you got it in 3 or 3.1, then it tends to mess up more. If I could go back in time and would trademark the RTX name so NVIDIA couldn't use it. Just noticed that Andrew looks especially attractive today. Did he do something different? Hair and yeah, manly stubble. No, it's just fluff that's going away tomorrow. Yeah, USB 2. Fair play. Fair play. I mean, I might look thinner because as I said, I've not eaten or not held anything down for a week, so I've lost. I was 85 kilograms and now I'm 78, 17, 77. People should go back to the old PS2 ports. Never had any issues with those. Never had any issues with them. What? Yeah, apart from plugging stuff in when my PC's on. Yeah, let me just do a restart when I need to pull my keyboard out. No in-key rollover though. True, true. Just going live, want my money back. I go check out Super User stream. I'm gonna run away anyway. So alright, thank you all. Obviously, thank you to all of the super chats. You got through your weight in pounds through super chats in the stream. I know, right? But thank you all to obviously the super chatters of Stein, F7, and Kev, Luca, Steve, and I hope I didn't miss anybody, but Emil as well. So I thank you guys. Go check out Super User stream and go check out F7. Go check out Kev, Click.uk, and everyone else. And also hello Dave. I'm glad you're here eventually. Feel free to say hi in the Discord. And yeah, you guys are hilarious. Thank you. We'll see you all next week as usual. Kev, don't get banned from spamming, mate. See you guys.